I saw hundreds of comments about the PG Unleashed Nu Gundam's waist saying that it was unstable and it was bad. However, Bandai just released a 1.5 hour live stream today, and look at it now, it looks great. Now, the previous versions were definitely a prototype, and this is the final product. So this whole video right now, it's just going to go over the 1.5 hour live stream and you're going to see it. One thing people are going to say is, oh, it doesn't look that strong. What if you bend it? As you can see, the guy is putting tons of pressure in order to move the piece. If you have built Gundam before of a PG scale, you know that this guy is applying force, and that waist is not going to move unless you put tons of pressure on it. We've all seen the box floating around online, but we've never seen what's inside. The man talking right now is the host of this live stream event, and first, he's going to compare it with the PG Strike Freedom Gundam, and damn, that box is looking enormous. He's going to show everyone the box art, look how cool it is, and then he's going to unlift the top, and you can see it's just one giant artwork. The funny thing is, this live stream is only available in Japanese, so I'm helping you guys to translate basically what he's going to say and condense it down into a 10-15 minute video. As you can see, there's 3 boxes inside and it's separated very nicely. The first box is the inner frame parts, the next one is the fin funnels, that's a lot of parts for fin funnels, and finally it's the outer armor parts. So when you guys build it, he was making a joke. He was saying good luck with anyone trying to do it in a day, because damn, that looks like 3 PG Gundams in one. So, as you see, there's no handle. They got a bag. I bet this is only for Japanese people because we ain't getting the bag. The way this video and the live stream was set out is that we'll go through the individual parts. We'll go through the feet, the legs, the waist, the arms, hands, shoulders, main body, backpack, and then weapon sets. So let's just get straight into it. To start off, we're going to have a size comparison. Here is the leg up against an entry grade Nu Gundam. As you can see, it's absolutely enormous, and boy, I can't wait to get our hands on it. Let's have a look at the stickers. One thing they mentioned, when I first saw these stickers, I was saying there was way too many stickers. The man in the video kind of explained that the big parts, you only have one of them, but every single small sticker, you get double. Because they're so small, they're easy to fall off, so Bandai kind of helped us, and they gave us spare ones so we can put on later as well. I don't think I've ever seen feet this detailed before. You can see all the color separation, the wires, the stickers, the metallic parts, the metal Vulcans. The color separation is absolutely phenomenal. What you see here is those yellow clampers, which are used to grip onto surfaces. Even the bottom has a metallic sticker. You can see the ball joint, it's not just gray, it has white and gray, crazy. And the piston, that looks like the MG Barbados mechanism right there. It's so crazy to see everything come together and form into one. The presenter is just pointing out all of the details on the silver parts and the metallic stickers applied. In the previous video, I don't think all of the metallic stickers were applied. Here he's showing the Unleashed form with the side skirts. It does look kind of similar to the PG Unleashed RX-78-2 ones, but damn, the mechanism of opening and closing looks much sturdier. Even the back thrusters, there's like 3 layers to it. Here is a close-up on the side of the knee. Look at all of the details. The pipe, the lead wire, the etching stickers, absolutely incredible. And the back wiring, that looks like some braided USB-C cable charger. I wonder what material that's made out of. He's feeling it right now because damn, I don't think we've ever seen a part with that type of texture. Bandai definitely heard of all of you guys complaining about the instability because they're doing a shake test on the leg to show you how stable and sturdy it is. And when you bend it, amazing. The articulation, the points of movement, incredible. As you can see, there's parts hidden away that you don't even see until you bend the legs fully. That lead pipe, it looks crazy cool. Here is a close-up. One side is red, the other side is blue. Even the color difference, that makes an impact to the overall look. Even the waist looks absolutely incredible. This doesn't even have all the armor parts applied. It's just unleashed of the inner frame. And you can already see like the metallic revealing effect. It looks kind of insane. He's just showing the mechanisms, moving it back and forth. It looks definitely a lot stronger than the existing PG Unleashed RX-78-2. The parts definitely look bigger. There's even details on the inside. The back of the skirting looks insane. These are metallic piping parts, and you probably won't even see it if it's at the back, but wow, the level of detail is absolutely incredible. I hope you guys really do get your hands on it because the amount of movement that you can achieve, I don't think the video does it justice. Most of you guys that have Gundams will know that the waist, it typically doesn't move like this. You can move it left and right while the legs are straight. That's going to be weird to see in person. Here is what it looks like with the leg attached. As you can see, the top half can be moved more back than the bottom half. It all moves together in unison, so it should be a smooth transition. The way that you can pull off poses should be incredible, so long as I hope that you don't have to stick it on the base and not move it. Here is a look at the arms now, and wow, it's not the biggest part, but it's detailed. Look at this. The most important and impressive part to me is the articulation of the elbow joint. I know you guys have an RG Nu Gundam and know that the arms sometimes look weird at the forearms, but now you have a piston at the back that also looks like the MG Barbatos. The most important thing is you can twist it around. Look at that. The amount of flexibility is going to be incredible. Just think about how many different poses you can now do with the arms. It also goes the whole way up. It's just absolutely absurd that you can achieve this level of movement. How many little inner piece parts are you going to have? I can just imagine this is going to take forever to build. But at the end of the day, I think it's all going to be worth it once you put it in some crazy poses. We just got to wait and see how that is. The next thing you can see is the wrist. You can even bend the wrist to look like this. And it has piping as well. And the fixed pose hands are back. You have the closed and the open ones. These look exactly the same as the PG Unleashed RX-78-2 ones, the same sort of articulation. There's not much to talk about there. The shooting firing hands, they look the same. I'm looking most forward to the articulated hands. It looks like Bandai has solved the loose finger problems because this looks very sturdy. And the coolest thing is these decoy shooting things, when you move it up, wow, that is crazy level of detail. The arms, the left and the right, they're slightly different because one holds the beam saber, but they both look equally beautiful. Now it's time to look at the shoulders. As you can see, I think this is the first time where the inner frame and outer frame kind of merge together. I noticed this with the shoulders. You can kind of see levels of detail with and without the armor. When you move apart the armor pieces, the mechanism kind of looks like the PG Unleashed RX-78-2's one. You can move it very far away. And those thrusters on the top, it kind of looks like they move in unison. The man is having a hard time pulling it apart, but wow, it goes pretty far out. And here is a comparison between the normal and unleashed form. Let me know down in the comments down below which one you prefer. And finally, this is potentially the most important part of the video, the waist connection joint with the chest. I feel like Bandai is confident in their earlier mistakes, and this looks like the final product and it's sturdy. When you saw in the intro that the man was putting it and it was standing up fine, I think we can rest assured that Bandai has resolved that issue. You can see the main issue of the sagging is probably to do with the cockpit mechanism right there. Here he's going to demonstrate. Look how much force he needs to apply to move it. I really do think, based on my experiences with the PG Unleashed RX-78-2, if you need to apply this much force, I think it's stable. Just with the fin funnels, it's probably too heavy, but the kit itself, I feel like it can stand on its own. So, Bandai, I think you did a good job. You fixed that initial blunder, and we should be good. Here, they're going to show off the opening cockpit mechanism. It looks very, very cool. There's so many layers, the detail. Whew. I don't think we can ever see a kit like this for a while. Probably like 5 years until the next PG Unleashed comes out. What kit do you think that will be? Maybe the PG Unleashed Sazabi? It comes with 2 figurines, a male and a female. That's Amurare. Let me know who the female is. The backpack on the inner frame looks insane. It doesn't look that big though, but that's to do with the PG Nu itself. Just take a second to appreciate all of the different parts that you have on and the color separation, the materials. You have 4 metal Vulcans. I mean, Bandai. Metal is becoming a trend. You should add more parts like that. But man, we really need to have more kits like this for a cheaper, more affordable price. Because a lot of people, they're never going to get their hands on this. With the backpack attached, still looks incredible. The PG Unleashed Nu Gundam also comes with this cool green metallic piece that can replace the eyes instead of the LED translucent green ones. Bandai has fixed the problem for us. They've given us a second face piece which we can interchange depending on which look we want. I think this is a step in the right direction. The other thing we want to see is the articulation. Just look, if you move it, it just moves in like 3-4 different points. They're pointing out the little bits of parts here and there. The level of detail, absolutely incredible. The V-fin. Have you ever seen an articulated V-fin without the armor fully applied? That is looking different. I know it's not too complicated, but it looks cool. He accidentally pulled it off, but don't worry. You can push that up and down as you wish. Just think about all of the elevation in the articulation that Bandai has achieved. Every single part can move different to anything else. This part was quite funny. I feel like Bandai heard everyone complaining because they really slowed down and showed in detail how the waist attaches with the top chest part. He's gonna slide that right in, and notice it looks kind of sturdy. I don't see any sagging of the top moving forward. It looks great. So I hope you guys are still open-minded until the reviewers get their hands on it. This looks amazing. It looks great. Here is a look at the beam saber, tons of articulation. This video would be too long if I explained it all, so let's move on to the bazooka. Bazooka looks so big, it looks incredible, and the articulation amazing. The fact that you can take out the individual missiles, that's absurd. And the attachment point, definitely necessary, because I know if you guys own the RG kit, you know that any Gundams holding a bazooka, it kind of gets in this awkward position. This definitely allows it to hold it more naturally. They don't have all the parts here, but it definitely goes on. I look at the shield. The shield looks basic at the front, but so incredible with the level of detail. Remember, the bottom can shoot out weapons, so the ammunition, that is removable. What? So every single piece of ammo you can take out and put on. I find the ability for the weapons and shields to open into Unleashed mode absolutely incredible. You can see the shield opens sideways, but also down. What? And it looks like metal pieces. That's crazy. Here is a look at the inner frame with some of the weapons attached. And man, I feel like a lot of people wouldn't even put all the armor on because you're just going to be hiding so much levels of detail. Here, we've seen this one before. This is the full armored version. But the best thing I noticed, we get Waterslide decals. Finally, Bandai, finally. And here's a quick look at the paper stuff, which you can cover the eyes as you're doing the building process. One thing though, these Waterslide decals, they don't look properly applied. I see some white stuff on the backpack. Anyways, you can see the articulation even on the beam sabers. The side to side, that's cool. But the most impressive thing, you can move it forward and back. So it looks like the Gundam is taking it out of the socket. I didn't even know that was possible. It's just incredible. The imagination and the design of the base. People were talking bad about this because they just copied the unicorn. But oh well, it is what it is. You can see the clear part. Fins 3 and 4 hold up the kit, so this will definitely add stability. I don't think it's sagging forward at all. It looks great. I like how the Waterslide decals number the fins from 1 to 6. That's pretty funny. So, as you can see, this is what the kit looks like in its full form. I love it. If you guys had a chance to look at the images of the runners, you also notice that the details are on the inside of the white armor parts too. That's next level right there, because you won't even see that unless you're building it. And finally, here's a look at the LED lights. Super underwhelming personally. I would not get them for the price they're charging. But that's the end of the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Feel free to give it a like. Otherwise, subscribe if you want to see more. I'll see you guys later. Peace.